What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a True Draco deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this one for you guys because this deck just got some amazing support and we also finally have all the True Draco cards back at 3. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing a single copy of Masterpiece. This card is definitely a one-of in the build and our main boss monster of this deck. And even though this card is finally back at 3, I feel like one copy is really all you need as it's so easy to get to. This card has the ability to tribute summon this card face up. You can also tribute continuous spells and trap cards you control as well as monsters, and it's unaffected by the effects of cards with the same original type as the original cards that you tribute to summon out this card between monsters, spells, and traps, which is insane how easy it is to basically make this card immune to 2 types of cards between monsters, spells, and traps, which is so incredibly powerful. Also, this card has the ability once per turn during either player's turn. If you control this tribute summon monster, you can banish a continuous spell or trap card from the graveyard, target one other card on the field, and destroy it, helping you pop cards on the field. We then make a single copy of Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord. This card is an incredible new boss monster we just got out of Doom, and this card is so good, requiring 3 tributes to normal summon this card, and it cannot be normal set. And to tribute summon this card, you can actually summon it out to your side of the field by tributing continuous spells on trap cards you control as well as monsters. But this card is also a walking negate, as when your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand or their field, you can activate this effect when it's on your side of the field as a quick effect to negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that monster, which is such a powerful effect that we finally have a negate in this deck. Also, if this tribute summon card is destroyed by battle or my opponent's card effect, while this card is in its owner's monster zone, you can activate this effect that your opponent skips their next main phase, which is absolutely insane. We then play 3 copies of Dynamite Knight. Dynamite Knight is so good as a 3-of in the build and so easy to summon because the rest of our True Draco cards have a really cool ability that to tribute summon this card face up, you can tribute continuous spells and trap cards you control instead of monsters. And also once returned during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect while you control this tribute summon monster, this card actually has the ability to take a True Draco or a True King continuous trap from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. A single copy of Ignis Heat. Ignis Heat is great in this build, and when your opponent activates a card effect while you control this tribute summon monster, quick effect, you can take a True Draco or a True King continuous spell from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. We make a single copy of Majesty Maiden. Majesty Maiden is great because this card helps us get to our True Draco monsters with the ability that once per turn, when your opponent activates a card effect while you control this tribute summon monster, quick effect, you can add a True Draco or a True King monster from your deck to your hand. We then make 2 copies of Amano Iwado. Amano Iwado is absolutely insane to basically just turn the field off so we can get set up, as it cannot be special summoned and monsters cannot activate their effects when this card's on your side of the field, except for spirit monsters. And also, once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal or flip face up, you return this card back to your hand so you can use it all over again on the follow-up, as all of our True Draco monsters basically activate during the opponent's turn, so this card is incredible at basically just turning the field off so we can get set up. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Card of Demise. Card of Demise is incredible in this deck because this card gives us so much value, basically letting us draw 3 cards because we can easily set our entire hand to our back row besides the monster we summon out to our side of the field, which is so absolutely insane, just basically digging the deck for the exact cards that we need. We then play 3 copies of Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality is amazing because we do not special summon in this deck, we only ever tribute summon, so this card is so good in this deck. I think let's look at the top 3 cards of our deck and then adding a card to our hand among those 3 cards. We then play 3 copies of Draconic Diagram. It's amazing that this card is finally back at 3 with a really cool ability, all True Draco and True King monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense, and the first time each tribute summon True Draco or True King monster would be destroyed by battle each turn it is not destroyed. And once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and you add a True Draco or a True King card from your deck to your hand, which is such a powerful ability to instantly grab the exact monster that we need. We then play 3 copies of Draco Awakening. Draco Awakening is an awesome new card we just got out of Doom, and this card helps out so much in the deck. As when this card is activated, you get to add a monster from your deck to your hand that's a True Draco, a True King, a Draco Slayer Pendulum monster, or a Draco Overlord Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, which is an awesome effect to instantly use this card basically as a rota for the build, which is such an incredible ability. Also, if a face-up True Draco or a True King monster you control is destroyed by battle by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can actually target one of them and place it in your spell and trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell card, which is an amazing effect to be able to use to instantly put it back on your side of the field. We then play 3 copies of Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. This card is incredible at helping us basically recycling our resources with a really cool effect that you can actually target 3 True Draco and or True King cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck, then draw a card, which is such a powerful ability to be able to use. Also, during your main phase, you can immediately effect results, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up, and if this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. We then play 3 copies of True Draco Heritage. Heritage is great as a 3-0 as well because during the main phase you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types that are monster spell traps sent from the field to the graveyard this turn, and during your main phase you can immediately effect results, tribute summon a True Draco or a True King monster face up. And then this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. So, that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with a single copy of Skill Drain. Skill Drain is so good in this build, basically just stopping monster effects on the field, and it's so free in this deck because we play some really powerful monsters that we can easily just tribute summon out to our side of the field. We play a single copy of There Can Be Only One. There Can Be Only One is incredible in this deck to basically just control the board because each player can only control 1 monster of each type, which is absolutely crazy. This card is so good in the build and shuts down so many different decks when we have cards like Masterpiece that we can summon out to our field. We play a single copy of Rivalry of Warlords. Rivalry is so good as a floodgate and just an absolute one-of in this deck, as each player can only control 1 type of monster, and they have to send all other face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. And like a single copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card is really good and basically shuts down Pendulum, so this card is really powerful as a one-of in the deck. We then play 2 copies of True King's Return. True King Return is great as a 2-of in the build because this card's ability in this card is sent from the spell and trap card down to the graveyard. You can target a monster on the field and destroy it. Also, you cannot activate the following effects of this card in the same chain, but you can target a True Draco or a True King monster in the graveyard and special summon in defense position. Also, for the rest turn, you cannot special summon, which is totally fine because we don't special summon this deck. Also, during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately effect results, tribute summon a True Draco or a True King monster face up. We then play 3 copies of True Draco Apocalypse. True Draco Apocalypse is really good as a 3-of in the build and helps out so much in this deck. As if this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can actually target a monster on the field and destroy it. Also, you cannot activate the following effects in the same chain, but you can target 1 other True Draco or True King card you control and destroy it. And if you do, the attack defense of all face-up monsters that your opponent control become half their current attack defense, even if this card leaves the field. Also, during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately effect results, tribute summon a True Draco or a True King monster face up. We then play 3 copies of the Monarch's Erupt. The Monarch's Erupt is such a powerful card, and it's basically 3 more copies of Skill Drain, but just for our opponent, as you can activate this card only if you have no cards in your X deck, which we don't play in X deck, and you control a Tribute Summon monster. You negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field, while those monsters are face-up on the field, except Tribute Summoned monsters, which is crazy powerful because we just summon out Tribute Summoned monsters in Zak besides a Mono Iwado, so this card is absolutely insane to basically just play this card on our side of the field. We control one of our true Draco monsters and use it as a skill drain. This card also has ability during your end phase. If you control no Tribute Summoned monsters, you have to send this card to the graveyard, which is the only downside to this card, but this card plus Masterpiece is basically almost a guaranteed win. We then play 3 copies of Apopus, the Swamp Deity. This card is basically just 3 more monsters we can play in the deck, because during the main phase, you can special summon this card as a normal monster. It's a Reptile Earth, level 6 with 2,000 attack and 2,200 defense points, and it's also treated as a trap card, so you can tribute it to summon out your copies of your true Draco monsters. Then, you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous trap cards you control until the end of the turn, which is everything that's currently on the screen, is actually a continuous trap card, so you have so many different options to actually negate on the field. So this card, if it resolves, sometimes just wins you the game on the own because you can negate so many different cards on your opponent's side of the field. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is so much fun to be able to play, and it's absolutely crazy how powerful this deck actually is to basically just summon out your copy of Masterpiece and go in for game, and control the board with all sorts of insane floodgates. So, that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell next so you can become part of the notification squad. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.